Queens Takeover, here for changing the game. All female ass kickers giving lumps to you lames. Carolina boss lady, giving orders cause she run it like a freaking assassin. You won't even see it coming. Got the Texas sports queen repping Houston for days. She's the voice of freaking reason, keep you stupid at bay. And lastly, it's the Jester Delaware is a home. Talking crap to Jolie, your brains might get blown. And you know Kat and Kayla both a rap in the South. So you ever disrespect, you might get smacked in the mouth. 3 women, 1 vision, podcast with a mission. Leaving haters so pissed, they be stumbling and tripping. Trust me when I tell you, you don't want that smoke. All female trio will make you lose that hope. It's time, so turn it up, let's get ready to go. It's the Queen's Takeover, ladies, start that show.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wrestling fanatics of all ages, welcome to the Queen's Takeover 5th year anniversary show. Oh my God, Kayla, Jolie, this is insane. It's like, who knew when we started in February of 2020, it's like it would grow to this.
It's been a ride. It's been great. It's been fun. Like I say every time we do an anniversary, there were so many people out there that told us 3 women podcast is not going to make it. You guys are not even going to do it. And it's been 5 years. And, we still have not met each other in person, but, the day it's going to happen. And when it does, it's still going to be epic. We say that every time. So, but it's been great. It's been a journey. We've had ups and downs. We've had a lot of great guests. We'll get into our guest as, here shortly, we have on here. But it's been a great adventure. And, 5 years later, here we are. So here's to another 5 years and more.
I know, right? It's like over 10,000. It's like over 10,000 listens. We've charted in 6 countries. I mean, it's like you said, Kayla, it's like we've had amazing guests on here. And of course, you do see a couple of fresh faces, and we will get to them in a hot second. But I got to give the floor to our jester, Jolie. This is the first time we've had a show since the Super Bowl. And like Cash said before we went on the air, we did basically her team did the Lord's work and mollywopped the cheese. And so, Jolie, I wanted to give you the floor for a few minutes if you wanted to celebrate.
I fucking told y'all. I might have used the word if, but that's because I'm superstitious. But I told y'all this team was going to win. This team has been fucking special. So let's rewind to 2017, 2018, before I met these 2 ladies. That when we first won the Super Bowl, when we first got that monkey off our back, the first time we destroyed a dynasty, because that's technically what we did. Yeah, Patriots won again later, but Brady was never the same. That Super Bowl after the Eagles Super Bowl was the most boring Super Bowl in history. It took him going to an NFC team to look like the old Brady again. But that was for everybody. Like, that was for the people that passed away. That was for the old players, people that may want to be future Eagles. That was like getting that monkey off our back. This one was for the fans and for the city, because the city of Philadelphia was going through some shit. We had a plane crash that took the lives of 7 beautiful souls, 6 in the air, 1 on the ground. We had a young 10-year-old shield his little sister's body, took rebar to the head, and the first thing he asked when he woke up, did I miss the Super Bowl? Well, actually, that was technically the second thing. The first thing was his sister okay?
Yeah.
The city of Philadelphia has been trashed over and over and over again. We are a blue-collar, hard-nosed, salt-of-the-earth people that have 0 fucks to give. We don't care that y'all don't like us. We do our thing. We are the most, and you could say this like, oh, well, we're passionate. No. There is no team that surpasses the passion of a Philadelphia Eagles fan, because Yeah, you'll see Yankees hats or Dodgers hats or Cowboys hats. But you see somebody rocking an Eagles jersey, an Eagles shirt, an Eagles hat. You could be in Hawaii, you can be in Disneyland, you could be in Ireland, Japan. I've seen parties all over the world for the Eagles. And all you got to do is say 2 words and you get recognized and you feel like you're home as Go Birds. That's it.
Mhm.
This one was just truly special because all you heard up leading up, everybody chirping, oh, it's Patrick Mahomes. It's Andy Reid. It's Spags. They're godlike. They're god tier. And like Icarus, they flew way too fucking close to the sun, and that son's name was Jalen fucking Hurts. That son's name was Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter and Zach Bond. That son's name was Cooper DeJean, who on his birthday grabbed a pick 6.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I knew. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That's when I fucking knew. I might have no, calm down, calm down. This is the Chiefs. This is Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, but you just saw the demoralization of those men. And, I think you got to give heart and soul to that squad.
Mhm.
Found out that Nolan Smith Jr. played with a torn tricep.
I saw that.
He pulled some Cody Rhodes level bullshit. Like, how the mother? I know injuries. Like, what was his? It was his pec that Cody pulled, but still, tricep is fucking bad. And Cam Jurgens playing with a bad back.
Hmm. Man.
So yeah, this was just fucking balls to the wall. This was for Philadelphia. You saw that city show up and show out for the
Hmm.
parade.
Oh yeah.
Over 1 million plus. I was gonna go. I could not. I had to adult and go to work because
Oh.
it was Valentine's Day weekend and we were actually very fucking busy at my job at a hatchet house. Explain that one to me. And it wasn't even like we had a few groups of single ladies that came in with men's pictures that they tucked. More power to them.
No.
But watching it, and I already told my boss, I said, if I'm still working here and if the Eagles do this again, you do not write me in for work that day. I'm going to get a hotel. I'm going to stay up in the city, and I'm just going to be around the best fucking fans in the entire world. And,
Mhm.
I think Cody Rhodes, and I want to tag him for the home opener when it's the only game on. Cody Rhodes needs to come out and be the official coin tosser since he and the Philadelphia Eagles both finished their stories.
Amen. It's like I saw like all the references to that like throughout the night after they won. It was just like it was fantastic.
And
But
Cody did acknowledge some of the fans that were saying that. So I thought that was actually pretty cool on his part. So
very cool, very cool. Well, congrats again, Jolie. I know you were super emotional that night. And just FYI to everybody, she's not showboating with the picture. Her camera went MIA, so we don't get to see her lovely face today.
it's a little
Uh,
showboaty.
Dom from Circle
He's like,
Debate.
I'm
This is
feeling it. Don't do that.
just saying, Dom from Friendly Notorious Neighborhood Psycho saying happy anniversary, ladies, and just for fun of it, Kayla. Hey, girl. Hey. Lauren also been in the Circle Debate chat with us. Happy 5-year anniversary to the Queens. Take all the best. Justin from Just in Time Podcast says happy year anniversary to the Queens. Looking forward to many more for y'all. And a huge shout out to Nessa and Cash. And then
Thank you.
for Jolie, Dom says fly Eagles fly 2 times, baby.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
then don't
and
want to
so
continue to kill a dynasty. Call our Eagles. One.
yes. Okay. Another fly, Eagles fly.
Yeah. Yeet. All right.
Okay, so since this is streaming, we are going to have comments. Hit the comments up, and we'll read them throughout the show. Okay. All right. Let me stop stalling now. So early January, Kayla and I had the honor of going on Humble Roses podcast, where we met these two fine people and their cohort. So we wanted to go ahead and return the favor today. So please welcome Mr. Dallas Cash and La Madrina Nessa. Welcome, folks.
Hi, y'all. I apologize for
Hello.
the weirdness up front.
Hey, it's great to be here.
I was wondering why you had the thing over your head and everything. You were waiting to make a grand entrance.
It was dramatic entrance.
As always.
Ah, okay. So I didn't tell you two about this ahead of time, but we got a little bit of business to take care of first with YouTube. It's a tradition with first time guests. We did it like for the first few weeks that we started our show. So everyone has a background, everyone has a story about what got them into the wrestling world and everything. So ladies first, Nessa, I'll start with you. How did you get into wrestling? Oh,
Hold on,
sorry.
before we go, I'm just saying this circle debate. What is good family? Familia, happy 50th anniversary to the Queens. Love you. Let's fucking go. Much love. Thank you, OPC. Ivan, this is for you, my friend. Yes, you'll have random clips in here as well. If you so where's it at? This is for you, OPC. Trying to find it. These clips are all I don't know what StreamYard did to us today. All these clips are. Let's see.
StreamYard, leave us alone.
For real.
Not on the anniversary StreamYard. Come on.
You're right.
Yeah, no. And this is like only the second time we've streamed. Because it's like usually we're audio.
Yes, Ivan, OPC, this is for you.
I love you so long.
Yes.
I'm telling y'all, that devil magic ain't working tonight.
No.
Oh my gosh. Jonathan Watson, gang, what's good? Queen, what's good?
Sports for you.
What's everyone's being so shy? What's good, Dallas?
Hey, it was good, man.
Mr. OP, how are you doing? Your bullshit StreamYard.
Yeah. Get it the fuck together, man. Come on.
All right, Nessa.
All right.
The floor is yours.
Okay. Nessa, how did you get into wrestling as a fan?
My dad. My dad is still a very big wrestling fan. And as a little girl, first born to wanting to just be like my dad. Sat there, watched it. Loved Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay.
That's the reason why I kind of kept going, watching it, as well as Eddie Guerrero. Loved China, Trish Stratus, Lita. So that's how I got into it, and I kept going. I kind of stopped a little bit in high school. I was a John Cena, that John Cena era. Got a little slow, and then picked up again during the pandemic. So
okay, very nice, very nice. Mr. Cash.
So my journey into wrestling actually started off with an ass whooping. So let me explain. I was flipping through the channels as a 5-year-old, and I just seen, and this was when we had the cable boxes, and it wouldn't show you what it is. It would just say what it was.
Okay.
Turquoise blue screen, and it said WWF 1994 Royal Rumble. So I order it, not understanding how pay-per-view worked during that time, which was about $50. My grandma, she had just had her leg amputated, so she's like, wheeling into the room, and the first thing I see is Yokozuna versus The Undertaker, and she was like, "What channel was this on?" And I'm like, "Oh, I just it was on some like turquoise channel," and she's like, "You ordered a pay-per-view?" Needless to say, I got my ass whooped. Because
shit.
we were behind on rent. And basically, she didn't want that bill coming in. So later on, like my grandma was like, listen, you can watch wrestling, but don't order any pay-per-view. So I just started watching wrestling. Undertaker was one of my favorites. My dad took me to SummerSlam 1996, which was in Cleveland, Ohio. And I was hooked ever since then. I got into podcasting last year just because I was like, let me give it a try. I ran into Cheech from Marks with Mikes. He introduced me to JT. I decided, hey, I wanted to do my own thing, but still do Marks with Mikes. I made a viral post on Twitter about Judgment Day. That's how Nessa came into the picture and a bunch of other people. So that when I was doing my podcast, I decided, hey, let me reach out to people who have been like the most supportive, and it's been Angel and Nessa. And ever since then, been off to the races.
Sweetness. And you kind of answered my second question as far as like how y'all's podcast got started, but you just cleared that up right for me.
Yep.
Started it. We've, started following afterwards, and then magic since then.
and we met up last month. So,
Yes.
Well, actually, a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
At the Rumble and everything. That was a night. Whew.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it was.
Man. All right. So towards the end of the show, we'll get into Elimination Chamber predictions and everything, but we got to get into this little bit of a build up first. Let's see, Lauren, something about her granddad.
Yeah, her granddad got her into wrestling.
Oh, nice. Yeah, kind of like Jolie with your grandma, right?
My mom, yeah, she got me into wrestling.
Yeah. Okay, so before we get into Elimination Chamber, we got to get into a little bit of a build-up here, especially what happened Friday night. Brandon Mass, happy 5-year anniversary. Thank you so much, Mr. O. Appreciate it. Okay, so Kayla, Friday night, you do the watch-along. Can you explain to me what the hell that was between The Rock and Cody? I'm sitting there and I'm like going, all this hype for that. I know there's going to be layers coming after it, but it's like, what was your first reaction to it? Because I apologize, I didn't get a chance to tune into the watch along.
Honestly, the whole thing between The Rock and Cody, before I jump into it, this is how I felt about it. This is how I felt.
A bullshit. A bullshit.
Because I really don't know how to explain it unless it's a huge curveball. I mean, I don't know exactly what's going. A lot of people saying that Cody's going to end up, turning heel, joining The Rock. Rock's going to turn on Cody. Cody's going to go do, join him and take his soul, or I don't know, help him. It's just different situation. Exactly what's going on with it, I really just don't know. It was more like what's the point of this? I'm still kind of confused about it. I just kind of still feel like it's a huge curveball coming at us. Could be wrong, but like I said, if it's anything like it was last year, the whole Cody Rock thing that pissed everybody off, might be another one of those. Dom says, yes, okay, I'd like to share my story if I can join you guys. Dom, you're going to come on the Queens one day. We've already had OPC. You're coming on here. And then KPG also says, happy 5 years of doing this. Thank you, KPG. Appreciate you. Honestly, I'm kind of just speechless the whole between Cody and Rock right now, because like I said with the clip, I just thought it was bullshit. Like, what was the whole point? The whole hype, The Rock is coming back. Okay, I would have just been happy with The Rock coming out saying, okay, New Orleans hosts the 3rd WrestleMania next year. That's it. Bye. I'm out. Goodbye. But yeah, it was literally 30 minutes it was literally about 35 to 40 minutes of kill time with Rock and Cody that no one seems to understand.
Nessa, did you understand it?
Nope. I was like, huh? The whole time. It sounded like The Rock was trying to be Cody's pimp. Like, I gathered he's like trying to be his pimp. He wants him to be his champ. I've seen some predictions on the TL about him, The Rock turning Cody heel. So I mean, that could be a way that he turns heel. Something about some interactions with Cena that's gonna help him kind of go that way. But that whole segment was, I wasn't even. It was intriguing because it was like, why is he out there? But I was confused. And like I said, the whole point of when he said, "I'm gonna take your soul," and I'm like, "Yep, he's trying to be his pimp. He's trying to be his pimp."
Okay, Cash, man, I know you gotta have some opinion, some feelings behind this.
Yeah. So the way that I look at it when I started to think about it was it didn't make sense until I went back and watched the promo between The Rock and Cody the night after WrestleMania 40 night 2. And this is the only thing that I remember. The Rock said, "Don't ever break my heart again." He gave Cody something that Cody never revealed. He put something in his hand. And what I'm probably thinking is that Cody owes The Rock a favor for stepping aside when it was supposed to be Rock versus Roman and giving Cody his match against Roman at WrestleMania. So he doesn't want the championship. The way I'm looking at it now, he probably wants Cody to work for him because he's talking as a mafia boss instead of like a corporate employee, because obviously The Rock is on TKO's board of directors. And the way that I looked at it is what he was basically implying is that since I did you a favor, I own you now. I gave you your WrestleMania main event. I own you now. Anytime that I want you to do something, you will do it because you owe me. And it's what our dads would have wanted, because he'll weaponize the relationship he had with his father against him. Since your dad, you basically are the opposite of everything your dad was. You need to step into the limelight with me and take your rightful place as not only my lackey, but my weapon. I'm going to have you do my dirty work as champion because I own you now. That's kind of what I got from it. And that's the way that I'm looking at it. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Because at first I'm like, I have no idea. This motherfucker's talking like Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat. And I just didn't understand it. And I'm like, what is going? And then I started looking back and he's like, our story has just begun. So here we are. The Rock shows up in Bad Blood, doesn't say anything about it. It's almost like it didn't happen. Then he shows up again, and there's like he's peeling it layer by layer by layer. So it's a slow build of a storytelling aspect that there's more than what meets the eye. If you take a deeper look at it, it's going to start to make sense. It's just they're telling a long story, and hopefully it builds up into something. But it probably will lead to Cody turning heel, because after what he did at the Royal Rumble to Kevin Owens, that was AEW Cody. That was Bullet Club Cody. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That was not kiss your kids and hug women and dap up men Cody Rhodes. That was, I want you to die. Like you pushed me. He was in nightmare mode. So hopefully Roadlander, we'll see that happen.
Okay. All right. I did put out a prediction about this, but I'm gonna let Jolie roll first. Jolie, put a bowl on this.
Honestly, I see it as a giant swerve.
Okay.
Cody is going to pretend to work for The Rock, and then something's going to come and he's going to get blindsided. Because he's going to know that there's other forces working with The Rock, and he's going to inform Roman about this. And it's going to be like, oh, I'm going to shake your hand. Next thing you know, here comes Roman, Superman punch, spear. And you're going to have an alliance between Roman and Cody.
Okay.
So I just think Cody knows how to play the game. That's the one thing when you look at the two men that you have in the ring, you got The Rock and the Cody, you got two old school mentalities. They both know how to play the long game. And I mean, I saw somebody in the comments saying something about Cena as well getting somehow caught up in this. And that does kind of make sense. But, I just feel like there's going to be shenanigans. And, Cody is going to play the part, but he's going to be also trying to puppet The Rock while The Rock puppets Cody. Because
Okay.
look at how Jacob has been acting.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob has been acting a little bit more distant, and I just have a feeling that him, Tama, and Toa are going to all break off, leave Solo on his own, and go to The Rock. And then you're going to have the corporate bloodline right there.
Ooh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to have Roman, the Usos, Cody, and maybe even Solo finally pulling his head out of his ass. Trying to look like he's got ramen noodles on his head too, like Kenny Omega does. And
right.
or he's just going to be straight up heel. So I just see that this is we're going to finally get that true break that we've wanted for the longest time. And also the whole Solo and Jacob thing could be also misdirection, where they think he's breaking off, but he's also being puppeted by The Rock. So
Lauren agrees with you.
It's compelling TV.
Yeah.
It's very compelling. And it's like people think they know what's going to happen. I'm like, I think they're throwing so much shit against the wall that you don't know what's really going to happen until you kicks you in the nuts.
Right.
Exactly, because it's like up until like when The Rock's appearance got announced and everything, everyone's like saying, "Oh, this WrestleMania build-up's boring. WrestleMania's gonna suck this year and everything like that." Only because it's like there wasn't a whole lot to go on so far because the Chamber match was set, but the only main event match we've had so far, like truly set in stone, is Jay versus Gunther and everything. And so someone actually, I just saw the tweet earlier today, and I wish I kept it. Someone was like saying it's like people need to just chill. It's like Triple H loves to deal with like unpredictability and everything like that. So it's just like we just gotta wait and see what happens and everything. And I put this prediction online. I don't I'm gonna stick with it until I see something otherwise and everything. But here's what I was like thinking. I was like going, Cody's gonna turn Rock down at Chamber. Cena's gonna win Chamber, and then as punishment for him turning down his offer, Rock's gonna throw a third person into the title match at um, at Mania and everything. I said Drew. It could end up being like Punk later on as well, cashing in on the favor and everything. And then Rock's going to show up and cost Cody his title at Mania. And then that's going to, I mean, Rock said that this necessarily doesn't have to culminate in a match, but we know everything in WWE culminates in a match. So it's like, I originally said like Cody versus Rock at Mania, but someone also said like we could have that at SummerSlam and Rock versus Roman at Mania next year. I'm like going, okay, that makes sense too. So it's like this has just been absolutely crazy in the last 48 hours since this happened. So it's just gotta see what happens.
Yeah, Dom's always said he can never see Cody turning is practically his new scene at this point. And then he says he's been hearing Cody turn heel since before his debut at Mania. Still waiting. He'll believe it when he sees it.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh. It's like, yeah, it's like, I said it the other, I think like not this week, but the week before, it's like I popped in on the SmackDown watch along and I said, I don't see Cody ever turning heel. I mean, I know he used to be a heel before when he was at WWE and then back when he was with AEW a bit and everything. But yeah, no, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Okay, so the other matter that came up this week, and Cash and Nessa, this I guess this is kind of a continuation of what we talked about on your podcast and everything, because reports came out that a lot of the women backstage are frustrated with their direction and what's going on with the women's division. A lot of not a lot of security. There hasn't really a lot of been like the clear directions, build-ups, and everything like that. And it's like, and it's WrestleMania season, so it's just like this is not the time. This is not the time for that, because it's like you got 2 nights, and this is where like all the everything should be thrown in. So Cash, I'll let you go first before us ladies like go ape shit on this and everything like that. So all right. So tell me, what were you thinking about all those reports that came out?
So my intuition was that this is an internal situation that stems from a couple of things. Number one, the lack of tag teams in the division also has caused a lot of friction, because you just let Isla Dawn go, you just let Sonya Deville go, and they were part of legit tag teams or even a trio that were a threat to the women's tag team titles. And because those tag team titles are not brand specific, there's no story going into it. The story that they kind of like come back to, but they put on the back burner, was who took out Jade Cargill. Now, I don't know if that was, if they I mean, really, it should have been visited at the Royal Rumble. We should have got a definitive answer at the Royal Rumble. It was perfect and it built up to it. But the only thing that you can do now is answer that at Elimination Chamber. It has to be answered at Elimination Chamber. And the thing that I thought was going to happen was, I thought I had a scenario where Bianca and Charlotte eliminated each other, a la 1994 Rumble, Lex Luger, Bret the Hitman Hart. They have a number one contenders match at Elimination Chamber. Jade Cargill shows up, costs Bianca the match, but we get Bianca and Jade at WrestleMania, and Charlotte still gets her championship match. That's what I thought would have made more sense to me, because it would have answered the question. Well, now you've got the women's tag team championship, you have the Intercontinental Championship, and I'm not going to call it the women's, United States Championship or Intercontinental. We already know that you don't have to. They're champions, so we don't have to just put the women's on it. We already know that they're champions. Women,
Right.
The women's division in WWE is pretty much better than any division out there right now, and NXT is damn near the level of talent that they got. Their women's division is being booked a lot better than the main rosters is. A lot of people are being kept in the dark, and I don't like it, because you have the United States Championship and the Intercontinental Championship. Dakota Kai, we're worried about her because we don't want her to get injured. Michin just went on a podcast and says she doesn't really have a character. She doesn't really know what her character is. And for her to come out and say that was very brave, knowing that that could affect her brand. So, yeah, I have a problem with it, because the women basically carry a lot of the portion of WWE. They are an attraction. The women's division is an attraction, and it's not being treated as such. And that is a huge problem. And that needs to be shown a lot more respect. We need to see more women's matches. We need to see more women's stories. There hasn't been too many big stories since Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. There's no story behind Chelsea Green and Michin, and a lot of the characters feel flat. Give them the same energy that you put into everybody else on the roster. There needs to be something like that. There needs to be a woman on the roster besides Rhea Ripley who has the same amount of popularity as Jey Uso, the same amount of popularity as LA Knight. And it was like that to a point, but then you stopped focusing on the women. We need to put more focus on.
All right, Nessa?
Well, Justin kind of touched base on what I was going to say. We pretty much, it was a buildup, and it looked like promising about how they were going to start giving us more women's stories. We got the women titles that everyone was asking for, these mid-card titles. And now what are they doing with it? I feel like they gave the title to Lyra, and she's not really, there's no build to it. There was no, there's no story with it. They're not doing anything with her. I'm Chelsea Green as, champion right now. Her, bit with Piper and this whole Secret Service thing, it's very entertaining. But like, Dallas said, her and Meechin, where's the story? Where's the build up? Why are they even feuding?
Right.
For what it is. And he's right. The only real storyline that we've gotten for the women is Liv and Rhea.
Yeah.
And that's because they threw, this whole revenge tour. Then they had to throw in Dominic to make it even more interesting. And then we kind of just lost it. And right now in NXT, their women's division is so stacked. The storylines are amazing. It's like, why can't we have that on the main roster? If anything, that should be on the main roster, the way they're being booked.
Mm-hmm.
And just recently, everyone was so frustrated because they cut a woman's match. They cut that Liv versus Naomi on Friday for some bullshit for The Rock. Like, that did not need to be almost an hour promo.
Right.
For him to come and say that WrestleMania is going to be in New Orleans and then tell Cody Rhodes that he wants him to be his champ. That could have easily been a 15-minute promo, 10-minute promo, and we still could have got our match. So
they could have shot that. They could have shot that shit cinematically, like they did Roman and Cody at fucking in Georgia. Like,
it could have been something so simple. Didn't need to take that much time to where they had to cut a women's match. And it's a continuous thing. Someone said in the comments where WWE is so stuck in their ways that they feel like promoting the men's wrestling is their top priority when the women are just as strong, just at, their entertainment wise can be built. And if they do it correctly, probably will pull more viewers.
Exactly. All right, Chester. I know you're stirring. Court's adjourned. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say we just need one woman back, and everything will fucking change.
Yep.
Who's been missing, and everything went to fucking shit since she's been missing? Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
We need Becky back. And I think, with her, now don't get me wrong, I know Bayley does advocate for the women. Bianca does advocate for the women. Charlotte does advocate for the women. But Becky was on Triple H's nutsack, on Vince's nutsack, on all of it. She was a tenacious pit bull behind the scenes. And that's all we heard from every fucking single fucking female out from behind the scenes. Triple H, listen up, motherfucker. Shit is you're gonna start hearing we want women's wrestling again. This is not 2015 all over again.
Mm-hmm.
We can start the revolution again. I mean, I was actually pretty hyped for Zelina's new vignette that they put out for her. That was really well put together. So maybe they're gonna turn a corner soon. Who knows? I know right now they're trying to figure shit out with Netflix and SmackDown, and with being on two different things. CW with NXT. NXT is just fucking killing it every week. I love Ava being the general manager. Everything that she's been doing on the show, I love everything that's been going on. The new additions from TNA, we get the Hardy Boys again this week.
Yeah.
And I will say this right now, please, just put them in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, it's imminent at this point.
I if they don't do it this year, it should be next year in New Orleans, because that would have a lot of significant meaning for Matt. with his love with Bray. I think doing it either this year or in New Orleans next year would be perfect, because it would be very kismet because of his relationship with Bray and the match that they had in New Orleans. So, but it's one of the reasons why I stopped watching. The lack of women getting cut, women being let go. I just read that Carmella's contract expired. They didn't re-sign Sonya, but she came out and said that she's not mad. If this is going to open up new doors for her, she has nothing bad to say about them, you know. And like I said in group chat, like whatever the reasons why they didn't decide to re-sign her, I think that this is a blessing in disguise, because that woman has been through hell in a handbasket. Between injuries, the stalker, all that shit. Yeah. She just got married. You know, she's going to have a whole new world open up to her. She's been, you know, a big icon within the queer community, because with her coming out story on Tough Enough all those years ago, you know, so it's just been, you know, an amazing thing to watch and see. So her getting let go, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at Cedric getting let go. Like, you know, I've always come to the conclusion, if you have somebody and that you're not using, let them the fuck go. And we all know who that is responding to more so than anybody else. At least WWE will say, hey, we're cutting you, but you're still going to get paid for 90 days. You can get your ducks in a row and do what you got to do for when you get out. And, you know, that's actually not that fucking shitty of them. I mean, they should let them go regardless. But the women's wrestling is suffering. And once Becky comes back, I think things are going to be a whole lot better. I think you're going to see more on the up. And while a lot of people don't understand the Tiffy and Trish storylines, I get it. Or not Trish, Charlotte storyline. Because that's what Tiffy's trying to be. Tiffy is trying to be the next Charlotte. And there's only one queen. And she's going to put Little Pink Princess in her place. And we're going to have that storyline. You also got the Nia storyline. Or not Nia. You know, her whole feud with her and Trish. And it's just, I kind of like where this is going. And rumor has it that maybe another certain extreme diva might make a comeback. And I'm for it. So I just think that right now, as frustrating, I get Dallas 100%. I get you 100%. But I think that they just switched platforms, number one. And we don't know what they're being told by said platform to sell. USA, they're always up and don't know what the fuck they're doing. So I think it's just going to take a minute. Let's get through this WrestleMania season. We're going to get our matches. I'm kind of praying that, you know, it's Io versus Rhea at WrestleMania. That's something I'm looking forward to. I hope we get Raquel and Liv versus Bianca and Naomi. And then Jay comes out screwing Bianca and Naomi, because it'll come out that she's the one that caused all the drama. And yeah, so I think we just, number one, this is WrestleMania season. WrestleMania isn't for almost 2 more fucking months. Let that fucking sink in. We have almost 2 months until WrestleMania. Before, it was just a month, because we'd have Elimination Chamber and then right up. We got 2 fucking months. We have Elimination Chamber, what, next week?
Saturday.
This Saturday.
I don't know when Elimination Chamber is.
March 1st.
So
this Saturday.
We just need to let Elimination Chamber play out and then start calling for heads. Because I think we're going to see some women's storylines come through. We're going to see some more shit. And it's I just need to trust the fucking process for once. The long game is so important in all this situation. And I'm sorry. My nephew just got his first goal.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
Yay!
playing a hockey game on my my phone. He's playing in Squirts, and they're going for third in the district, and he just scored his first goal. So
This is for
Yeah.
Jolie. This is for Jolie's nephew.
so
Wonderful.
yay, so yeah.
All
congratulations.
right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kayla, what you got?
Even Dom
All
said
right.
congratulations. Well,
Aw.
looking at
I'm done.
looking at Justin's comments in here, Dom, they're all saying, why put, like Justin says, why put Chelsea and Lyra in qualifying matches for the chamber if they're only going to lose? Having champions lose on TV is no for zero reasons, you know. And then Dom also said, I'll say it too. Women missing that make the division suffer, because think about it. Back to when Becky was pregnant. Okay, there's Becky. Who she hand the title and the Money in the Bank briefcase to?
Oscar.
Yep. So I don't get me wrong. I'm those one that know me, I'm not a huge Chelsea Green fan. But her winning, you know, the United States title, I am very happy for her. I mean, even though she's had her ups and downs, she's proven that she does deserve a title, even if it's a mid. You know, she's came a long way. The whole thing with Piper, right now is her security guard. It's hilarious, but it's just a matter of time. Piper's going to be Piper, and no, not you, Poodle. I have a poodle named Piper. She keeps looking at me. Like, what do you mean I'm going to take you out? What are you talking about? But no, but you know, yeah, as a matter of fact, this time when she's going to get jealous and she's going to want to go after that. But right now, I kind of like the storyline, how she's saying, I'm the longest reigning, the 50. Honey, you're the only U.S. champion. Of course, you're going to be the longest reigning champion, okay? Eventually, you're going to be the shortest because someone will probably beat your title reign.
Meechin.
But exactly, and I hope it is Meechin, to be honest with you. I really hope. That's another person that really deserves to have a title, even if it's just, you know, United States, because that would mean everything to her.
Yep.
I have
you
this
know,
conversation. I have this conversation in her inbox every day, like every day.
there you go. You know, and then as far as the whole Jade and Naomi thing, and you know, more I think about it, is Naomi, you know, or is it real, or they like might have another swerve, might be Bianca. At this point, I couldn't even tell you.
Okay.
That's kind of pretty, Kayla. I love it.
Aww.
And then Jess gives Dallas a shout. I love you.
Aww.
Love you,
but
Jess.
but it's just, you know, the women's division is kind of missing. Like, you know, Jolie stated, we're missing Becky. Obviously, Dom said it. We're missing Asuka. You know, and it's just, and a lot of people didn't believe me when people started thinking about it. And I said, when Charlotte returns, she's going to get right back to the top. Okay, Jolie. Jolie's having technical difficulties right now. She's trying to fix it.
Okay.
She, you know, it's just, how can I say this? I knew she was going to come back. I knew something was going to happen. She was either going to, either way, win the Royal Rumble, or she was going to win the Money in the Bank. That was my goal, because I knew she was going to get back in the title picture some way, somehow. And what happened? She became the first ever two-time women's champion, women's Royal Rumble winner. But Lyra, like someone's also said, Lyra's had her title, hasn't really defended it. You know, there's a lot of things in the women's division. I will say this. The women's division is not totally whack like AEW's is. But it can do a little changes to it. Little changes to it, and, you know, make a little improvements. Jolie, you good? Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I had to restart. I don't know what happened. I could not hear anybody. And thank you for the claps for my nephew. It's really cool to watch.
Okay. Okay. Just want to say, I got your message. I was like, are we good? Stream isn't same without the championship banner. Yeah, it's just the Vision don't suck as bad as Tony Khan's and his AEW because we won't get into that. It's a whole total, another rant for another day. I don't feel like ranting about Tony Khan and his women's division right now. Because I literally could probably be here for an hour telling him how he's treated my girl. But there's a lot of things that do need to improve with the women's division. Storylines like Nessa even said, and Dallas even said, there is the only storyline we got going is Liv and Rhea. As much as we don't want to see it, it's the only entertaining thing out there right now. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up about the women's division. Like I said, it could be a whole nother book, a whole nother women's division of what we can book and what we want to change. But we do need Becky back and we do need Asuka back. So I know it's a matter of time. We will get Bex back. In the matter of when and where. But in short term, you're bullshit, Tony Khan. Yes.
Right.
That Dom, that is Jester approved. Tony Khan, you are a cunt.
Ooh, don't get me started on that motherfucker.
Oh my god. Yeah, we'll be in another hour.
Yeah, nah. Let me. I will not act a fool on today.
Man.
Not
Yes, today's today's supposed to be happy, celebratory. I mean, we can get a little angry, but not to the point where we're ranting for like 4 fucking hours about assholes and everything. Because it's like, God, it's like Dallas, it was like when we were on your show, you ranted about Hulk, which, by the way, Jolie, you would have absolutely loved the rant. It would have been Jester approved. But yeah, it's like, we're not getting into that today. But I did want to ask y'all about this because I did put some ideas. Eagles fans fly together.
First of all,
Hey!
my mom is in the house. Congratulations to Queen's Takeover on amazing 5 years. Much love to Kat, Jolie, and Kayla.
That's your mom? That's your mom?
Yep, that's my mom.
Oh, she's beautiful. She don't even look. You don't even look like your mom. She looks.
That's my
Thank
mom.
you, Mama Larissa. Thank you, Mama Larissa.
And last but not least, Chef, happy anniversary. Chef, this is for you. Thank you for tuning in. This is the clip he gets when he joins our StreamYard on Outrage. And the fact that it's a clip, everyone knows this. This is for Chef.
Hey, that's great. But who are the chefs?
Rookie mistake?
I mean, technically, the chefs would be the Eagles because of them fucking cooking y'all. You know what I'm saying?
My mom's laughing.
Oh my god! Right?
You're welcome.
That is not your mom, man. She looks way too young to be your mom.
That is my mom. I won't discuss it on stream, but when we go off live, I will tell you her actual. I want y'all to say how old you really think she is, and I'll actually tell you at the end. So,
okay, I'm always calling front row seat for a good rant. Yes, Justin, we know. You're like always first in line.
And then Dom goes, "Mama Chaos."
Oh,
Jonathan says, "Okay, no Chiefs drop. Broncos country." And then Dom says, "We love you, Chef." Facts, Dallas.
Broncos country,
right.
Let's ride.
All right.
Oh man. All right. So I wanted to ask y'all about this because I put out some ideas about possible matches for Mania. Some people crucified me, told me I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about and everything. I should just stick to being a fanboy. But it's like these are just ideas and stuff like that. And something never would hurt. All right. So let's see. Okay, so again, these are just ideas. I don't know if they're gonna happen. They're probably not gonna happen, but all right. So I said At Mania, we could possibly get a tag match with Naomi and Bianca versus Jade and a part of her choice as a retaliation for the attack, because Naomi and Bianca are probably gonna stick together. And then by that time, also, I I mean, I see like Liv and Raquel getting the tag titles on Monday, so you can have Liv and Raquel as the new tag champions versus the Meta Girls, Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend for the titles. It includes NXT and some fresh faces. Then let's put Ireland grandest stage, Lyra versus Becky for the women's IC title. Okay. And then I would say we got 2 months to go, so this could definitely happen. Chelsea Green versus Piper Niven, a culmination of Piper turning on Chelsea and costing her the women's U.S. title. It needs to happen. Okay. Add Nia to the women's WWE Women's Championship match. Help conclude the feud with Tiffany, and she can take the pin from either Charlotte or Tiffany. And kind of save one of the blondies from taking the pin. And then Michin, the new women's U.S. champion, versus Zelina Vega, my bad. And these are like two women who deserve a WrestleMania moment. They busted their ass, and they really deserve it. And then you can throw in Damage Control versus Shayna and Zoe in a street fight in this fucking feud once and for all. And then why not? Bayley versus Roxanne Perez. It's like new school versus old school.
I'm down with that.
All right. So what do y'all think? I mean, do I got something cooking there, or am I full of shit?
So to the people that said that you don't know what you're talking about and that you need to just stay a fanboy, personally, let me zoom in the camera on this. You can eat a dick with AIDS on it. You better be lucky that I don't know where none of you fucking live, because I'd slap the earth, wind, and fire out of you. You do not talk to a woman that way. You do not talk to a woman that way, because her opinion cannot be any different than anybody else's. These are people who actually put the fucking foot forward to actually book these shows. Some of you people need to be vicariously shot in the head from a fucking firing squad at point blank range on the top of a fucking skyscraper as you fall to your fucking death. Some of you people don't even go outside or touch grass. Eat shit and die. Those are good predictions.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's I know. No need for it, and I thought it was perfect. I'm down with all that. And it's not even the fact that they're trying to come at you because you were fantasy booking. Like, everyone fantasy booked. Just because yours were better than their own, that sounds like a personal problem.
I would add, like, there's some matches on there I would like to see. I would like to see this in between Roman and Seth at WrestleMania, because they never really got their one-on-one match like they were supposed to. Number two, I don't know who we would have. Love you too, Dom. No problem. I don't know who we would have the New Day face. That's because they're not really doing anything, even though unless it's like some triple threat that Big E is involved in at WrestleMania, like there's no like real direction for them. And I would like to see Judgment Day get a come up win at WrestleMania. And I've always said that since Malachi Black is kind of pretty much a free agent now, put him in the Judgment Day, but don't make him an official member. Make him a hitman. So make him make him a hired gun. Make him a hired gun that does all the dirty work. And I would have Aleister Black versus Damian Priest at WrestleMania, and he needs to squash Damian Priest and do it for Finn Balor, so that when Balor gets his push, he's having Aleister take out everybody on the roster that he has a problem with, and then eventually he fucks with the wrong people, and then the Wyatt Six come in. And I'd like to see a War Games match between Wyatt Six and Judgment Day at Survivor Series.
Don't bring that on them. Don't bring that on them.
I'm just saying the Wyatt Six has been showing up to my podcast and fucking it up. So
They really have been.
they've been showing up, and I don't want no smoke with the Wyatt Six, but I would like to see the Wyatt Six get something at WrestleMania. What?
Okay.
So you're gonna put them on my Dominic?
Fuck them. Like Dom gotta get his, and he needs to break away from Judgment Day, and he needs to go out on his own. Dom is completely over, and I've never seen somebody get booed at their own wedding. I've never seen that happen ever. He's the type of dude that'll probably get booed at his own funeral. It's completely possible, but.
Just don't bring Wyatt Six to his door. That's all I'm asking. Don't do that.
Obviously, Kat, great picks. Couldn't agree more. You got some great shit on your hands.
This is how Nessa feels about people trying to attack Dom and get Dom hurt.
How rude! Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, it's like. Oh.
I want to go off something Dallas just said.
Oh God.
Oh, okay.
This is his rant. The Honorable Judge Jester is now calling court. Hey, motherfuckers. I know how to disembody people. Okay? I listen to true crime podcasts. I watch every nature documentary. I know how shit gets done. I want you to do everything Mr. Dallas over here said. And then I want you to take it a step further and put your head into fucking lava so we never have to hear any of your stupid asinine bullshit ever again, you tiny dicked little shits who probably fucked their own asses with cocktail wieners.
See, you knew putting them together was going to be something. You knew it.
I was waiting. This was why I was hoping and praying she'd be available when we went on yours. But it's like the fact that we got you two together now.
They need to self-expire. They need to die. Skydive with no parachute. Kill yourself. Give somebody else a piece of that oxygen and ozone layer that's covered up so we can breathe inside this blue trap bubble. Kill yourself. I mean that with 100%, with 1,000%. You need to physically die, perish, vanish, acquiesce, get the fuck away from this plane. Go visit your fucking shitty ass ancestors who probably grew up to be little shitheads like you. Misogynists, racists, probably rapists, child molesters, all need to fall off of a cliff and die with an atomic bomb following them at point blank range. And the murder weapon needs to be just excavated. And I'm talking about peroxide and vinegar, removing the fingerprints off of the weapon. Shout out to Forensic Files. I watched that and go to sleep with that. Snapped like a fucking twig. Homicide, buried in the backyard in cold blood. All of that. You need to die. And all I'm going to say is, for the people who have those opinions, how about you shut that gaping tartar-encrusted penis receptacle that you call a mouth? You are a pus-filled cyst to the colon of society, and your mother milks cows. That's all I got to say about it.
Dom goes, this is fitting to get good. Go on, Jolie, with his little popcorn. He says, I love you, Jolie. Prayers and Eagles fly high. And he says, I am the South Philly Psycho, and I approve these messages.
Thank you all.
I'm just so sick of there's just way too much fucking little dick energy out there.
Yep.
And I'm sick of it. And I want to punch. I'm gonna put this out right now. I know there's this little quote out there that says, you don't punch a Nazi because you want to be better than a Nazi. No, motherfucker. I want to kill all the Nazis, put them in a tiny hole, bomb it, make it into fertilizer so I can grow more Nazis just to kill them again. Fuck Nazis. Fuck the little shitty tiny dick boys that want to bash women's wrestling, and fuck off and have a nice day. And Nessa, I'm sorry, but baby back bitch Dom needs his ass whooped 10 times from Sunday and needs to leave Judgment Day and find his own chicky nuggies.
I totally agree that he needs to break away from the Judgment Day. And, you know, that man can live off of chicken tenders, and I don't understand how. But he needs gold. He does so much work. Like, they just keep putting it over and over.
Yeah.
With everything just being said, here's the perfect clip for it between Jolie and Dallas's rant. Here we go.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh.
They just have the audacity. They really do. And they think because they're over the internet, they could be little keyboard thugs and they can say what they want without consequence. And they really gonna find the wrong person.
I actually caught one of those people who were talking shit to me at the Royal Rumble.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, hey, remember me? He was like, no, dude. So I was like, I pulled out my phone and I had the comment screenshot. I'm like, this is you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, oh man, you know, we just like have a difference in opinion. I was like, no, follow me into this bathroom real quick. And he was like, what? I'm like, follow me into the bathroom.
You never know when you're gonna meet somebody, because I met so many people that I follow on Twitter and Instagram, and you have these pictures of, you know, your fan pages. Show your face. You want to talk your shit? Show your face.
Amen. Oh my God. Talk about like, oh God, it's like talk about fucking around and finding out and everything, like not giving a shit. We were talking about previously about meeting up in Dallas. It didn't happen. I was the only one that went. But we were talking about meeting up in Dallas for WrestleMania 38. Jolie, she'll attest to this and everything, said that she was going to show up at AT&T Stadium in full Eagles gear.
Do it. I would have went in my Dolphins gear.
I got scared just hearing that.
She was going to show up in full Eagles gear and just say, fuck them all.
No fucks given.
And I would have went all Dolphin down too. Don't worry. I would do the same thing.
I shouldn't even be shocked. I showed up in Pittsburgh with all Ravens gear and nobody said nothing to me. I got dirty looks, but nobody said nothing. But besides, I stay in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? When I go to the Browns game in all Ravens gear, oh, it's worse. It's worse up there. It's worse because remember, they sold the team to Baltimore.
Right?
They sold the team. So basically, when I have the gear on, it's like, you know, Benedict Arnold. You know, you're a traitor.
I would live to see I would pay to see someone step up to you though, which was 6'5" foot ass. Hell no.
Like I said, going back to the dude at the Rumble, he apologized, but I said something that I probably shouldn't have said to him. Because because he on his profile, and I'm not going to say who it is, obviously, because but his father passed away. So I said he was like, I didn't know you were so tall. I'm like, yeah, I'm 6'5", probably 12'5" if I'm standing above your dad.
Oh.
Because I was trying to get him to fight me, and he wouldn't. So I was like, you know what? You're good. I'll give you a pass.
Okay.
Dallas?
I shouldn't have said that.
No, I respect you. I respect the fuck out of you for that. Because I said this to my cousins whose grandmother just passed away. I said she would be so fucking disappointed in your asses. And I blocked them after they were disrespectful towards me and my queer community. I said she would be so disappointed in all of you. So I got you. I get that. You know what? And I will tell you this right now. I only talked to one person from my family down in Texas, because she's a lot like my grandmother. I will never badmouth her at all. But her mother, her father, I will be respectful. When they pass, I will travel down to Dallas for the funeral. But if I see any of my other cousins, I am punching one of their sons in the face at a funeral. Because
it is what it is.
Because he was very He was very disrespectful when I told him that I was a survivor of SA, and he's like, I don't fucking care. Okay, little shit. I will remember this.
Ooh.
I will remember this. I am a
That
fucking
disgust-
Taurus. I'm a Taurus. I hold shit. I hold grudges.
I like her. It's that earth energy. I got you.
You're making Dallas lean back in his chair. You're he's shook.
An Eagles fan that's a Taurus? Oh. No. I don't want no smoke with that. Nah, y'all, yeah. White flag. White flag. Nope, I'm waiting. Nope. Keep her away from me.
Shit,
Nope, I
it's
don't
like
want.
it's like Dallas. We had the Kirks on here one time. Casey and Brandon and everything. Brandon, I hope you're enjoying your retirement. But and they're like notorious. They were notorious for death matches and everything like that. She was like offering up for Louisville.
I had my baseball bat, my kendo stick. I got a couple chairs. Yeah. I even offered it to Bougie too.
Yeah, he's been in some crazy ass matches himself and everything. Man,
To say that you don't care about somebody being a survivor of SA makes you the lowest of the low, in my opinion. My sister dealt with that, and I almost went to prison for trying to kill the guy, tried to break in his house and everything. See, the thing is that I'm like well mannered now, but back then I was just like trying to burn the world down for people I love. So to be a survivor of any of those horrible things makes you a warrior in my book. So you have my ultimate respect, and I am sorry that you had to go through that.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
And you have my ultimate respect for coming to my girl's aid. And I know you're a Ravens fan, and I'm an Eagles fan. If you ever play at the link, you come to a game, just DM me to make sure I'm still working there. I'll tell you to come say hi.
Yeah, absolutely. I look forward to it. I don't have a problem with Eagles fans. Ravens and Eagles fans don't have a problem with each other. We have a mutual problem with all of each other's rivals that we don't like.
AFC North.
Yeah, it's AFC North, NFC East. We don't like the Cowboys. That's why we personally make it a goal to beat the entire shit out of them every time we face them. Okay. We don't like the Commanders. We put our foot in their asshole. We do like the Dolphins. We just beat the shit out of them anytime. Oh my bad. I'm sorry.
Dallas Cash, don't go there.
Uh-oh.
We hung 56 on the Dolphins, and I was texting Vanessa like, "You good?"
Mr. O, obviously you know who I am, Kayla, the Queen of the South over on Circle Debate. The one in the next with the champions is our resident jester Jolie, and we got the Texas Sports Queen, Kat. This is your Queen's Takeover, and our wonderful guest below us is Nessa and Dallas from Humble Rose Podcast. So make sure to check them out as well.
Yes.
Shout out to all the cancer survivors too.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, definitely. That includes our dear. Yeah, that includes our dear friend La Princesa Tiffany Nieves, who is just absolutely fucking squashing it these days.
Mm-hmm. And that day that girl gets signed to NXT, I promise you, it's gonna be epic.
Woo! I am waiting for the day.
She's gonna be something that she's gonna be something very refreshing because they need something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the way that she carries herself, she's gonna be blowing everybody out the water. So it's only a matter of time.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy because I remember back in 2021 when we interviewed her before her debut in CCW and everything like that, and it's just like to see how much she's grown in almost 4 years and how much it's like leaps and bounds of everything. It's like, well, we always have love for her.
Her,
Ooh.
Bougie.
Hey,
Bougie's
Lena.
killed it too.
Yeah.
How about this person? Author says, how about imagine this? 6 Warriors ladder match for the IC title. Breaker, Dunn, Kaiser, Styles, Penta, and Sheamus.
Oh,
think I
100%.
follow- I
Ooh.
think this.
Whoa.
Lena, she's amazing. Her
Yeah, I follow this lady. Like,
Mhm. Shout out to the DWE. That's where we met. So
Nice.
Yeah, that's just that. Whew.
Whew.
Actually, you know what? I wouldn't mind a ladder match for the women for either the IC or US title.
that
Yeah.
needs to be a thing. Yes.
Mhm.
That's,
And when they
That's-
all come together, they always put bangers. Like they make sure that if they're gonna have one match, they're gonna just throw all the stops out and
Hey,
just
Chris,
leave it
Fuck
all.
yeah. For real, for real. Kayla, I didn't save any. You got any tweets by any chance?
I do not, obviously. I haven't really been checking, so it's a good thing.
Okay.
I mean, I did see one the other day that I should have saved, but I didn't.
Okay.
But we will
Damn.
not discuss it on the stream because we know how Jolie will get on the rant. But it had to do with Becky Lynch.
Oh shit. No.
You know that
No.
In other terms, it was basically just saying she needs to just stay away from WWE and just focus on her family. Basically, is all it said.
Oh my
You know
god.
what?
Do people not know by now?
I'm not gonna rant about that, like saying that, but so basically what you're saying is anyone that's a father as well should focus on their family. Why is it always the women that get say, oh, they need to stay home and focus on their families? Why is it never the fucking men? And I think that's one of the biggest piss offs of all time because like Dallas said, Nessa said earlier, before my sound went kablooey, I don't know what happened. Like the women run the show. NXT is killing it. Even like over when TNA has all their women's matches, except for Tessa Blanchard, she can go suck the dicks with the other people that need to go F off. And you know, I just when the women start wrestling, shit's gonna pick up, shit's gonna get real. They're like I know somebody said they didn't like the fact that the women were so many women in the ring at the same time. I love that in the Rumble because it's like, okay, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Like I felt like, this is that was a good representation of what ADHD is like. She's like, oh, what's over there? Oh, it legitimately was, and I loved every fucking second of it. And one of my favorite women's matches of all time is the tables, ladders, chairs match between Asuka, Becky, and Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good match.
Asuka, and when those three hook up in one way, shape, or form, they fucking kill it. The women just kill it every goddamn time. What was another match that really fucking killed it? The first Elimination Chamber match for the tag title.
2018.
Oh yeah, I was there. It was fantastic.
We could make a Mount Rushmore of some of the women's matches that have happened. We could make a top 20 list like there. And another thing is that I have so many different women's matches that I've watched dating back to like Alundra Blaze and Asia Kong when they were having a banger on Raw. And you fast forward not just to Bayley and Sasha Banks, but Asuka and Ember Moon at TakeOver New Orleans, and then in Brooklyn. Oh God! And then you got Bianca and Becky at WrestleMania 38, and Rhea and Charlotte. I'll give it to Alexa, and I want to say it was Alexa and Becky. They had a tables match that was really good. Naomi and Alexa Elimination Chamber. Nia and Rhea Elimination Chamber not too long ago. There's been so many different matches over the company, over the course of difference. Even Toni Storm and Mariah May recently, really great match. But that's what happens when Tony Khan pulls his head out of his ass and lets the women ball. That's what happens when you give the women the opportunity. Because we can make a top 50 list of men's matches. We can make a top 100 list of women's matches because the women have put on everywhere. And that needs to be recognized on a molecular level. And it's not, because it's being forgotten about. So when we have an all women's podcast like the Queen's Takeover podcast, this gives the opportunity to the women to show that they have the knowledge, if not more knowledge than the men, because they've watched everything from front to back and they know what they like and they know what sells and what brings business.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why we have this kind of podcast. Personally, I shouldn't even be here, because I'm just a regular guy. But when you have an all women's podcast, it's something refreshing to see. And I've always said, I want to see more of that. We need to see more of it.
Thank you.
Shout out to y'all's haters that said you weren't going to laugh, because look at y'all. Look at this. And where are they? Nowhere.
Right?
They went belly up.
And it's
and to the person who said that Becky Lynch should just be staying home, completely, I think that came from, maybe it was a burner account from Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker. Just so you know, you got dominated in the Super Bowl by the fucking Eagles. And when Brandon Graham said it's time, it was over for you, baby. It was over for you, baby.
Man, and exactly. And it's just like the fact that it's like, yes, it's like we're an all female, we're an all women's podcast and everything talking about wrestling. And it's like, also, it's like, we don't give a shit what anybody says. We will come on here full force to all y'all where to go. And it's just like, we speak our minds no matter what. You like it, great. Join the ride, join the takeover. If not, fuck off.
Amen to that. Point blank, period.
Mm-hmm. And on that note, let's get into some chamber predictions. Kayla, if I'm not mistaken, there's only 4 matches, the 2 chambers, the non-sanctioned match, and the women's tag.
Yes, I put the banners up, so which one you go with first will be there. But yes, there's only 4 matches so far. I don't think we'll have any more.
Okay, all right, so let's go. Let's do the women's tag, including Toronto's own Trish Stratus teaming up with WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax and Miss Candice LeRae. I see no reason for Nia and Candice winning this match. It's like, really, you need a feel-good moment, and it's just like, nah, this is it. So it's like, for me, Trish and Tiffany. It's like, anything else is just pure ridiculous. Kayla?
I mean, Trish and Tiffany, obviously, and I hate to say it because poor Candice LeRae, but Candice is going to be the one to take the pin in this one. So yeah, Trish and Tiffany's got this one. When I'm right before we went live, I thought of Stratified Tiffy time. There we go.
Hey, I like that. All right, Nessa?
I'm gonna give it to Trish and Tiffany. Honestly, probably not gonna really care for it because I don't care for Tiffany. But she's, tag teaming with my girl Trish. Don't want to see Nia get pinned. I hope Nia doesn't get pinned. So I'm gonna give it to Trish and Tiffany.
Dalton Smith, what's up, everyone? Hey, Dalton, thank you for tuning in. Cash?
So I got Trish and Tiffany with a little bit of some BS afterwards. I see Trish getting her feel-good moment, celebrating in Toronto, and then they're, raising each other's hands. Boom! Out comes Charlotte Flair, takes out Tiffany, takes out Trish Stratus. That's the way it's going to be. Because if you're going to give Tiffany the ultimate rub from a Hall of Famer and one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time, Trish Stratus, and then to have someone who beat Trish Stratus and could potentially beat Tiffany Stratton to come in and just basically state her claim, I mean, it's going to be Charlotte Flair. It is what it is.
Yep. Jolie?
Yeah, I got Trish and Tiffany. And I could see some shenanigans, and we might see a Queen of Extreme come out and make sure that no shenanigans take place. I'm very happy that Candace is getting more screen time. I'm glad that she's kind of broken away from Johnny and Tommaso, and to do her own thing. It's about time that she got her thing.
Interesting take, Dalton.
Nine Candace. Okay. All right. Hey, all opinions are welcome here, unless you disrespect one of us, and then we'll tell you to fuck off. But it's like
Even Dom says Trish. Oh my goodness, Trish and Tiffy could not get
all
that
right.
out.
Okay. All right. Now, the other match outside of the chamber, the unsanctioned match. The most personal match we're going to get in quite a while. Sammy versus KO round, I lost count.
757, honestly.
It feels like that.
Dalton says
I mean-
WrestleMania, Trish versus Nia Jax or Trish and Lita versus Nia and Candace. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. I like that, Dalton.
Sign me up.
Lauren says Trish and Tiff.
All right, yeah. Sign me up for that WrestleMania match.
Mr. Opinion, 2 women are winning.
That's an excellent take.
And Trish and Tiffany for chef.
All right. Okay, so Cash, Sammy and KO. How do you see this going down?
I see a homicide happening in Toronto, Canada. I don't know if Sami Zayn is going to make it to WrestleMania, because what Kevin Owens is going to do to him, it's going to be bad. Because as much as Sami, I would love for Sami to win. After what just happened to KO at the Royal Rumble, that me, Nessa, and Angel were live there for, and seeing Kev get busted open like that, I would either like one of two things to happen: either a dominant KO win, or for them to take each other out so bad that it's a no contest, that we don't have a winner, and then we get like something completely out of control at WrestleMania, because it needs to be the final chapter for Kevin and Sami Zayn. I personally, there doesn't need to be any interference. There's no reason. It just needs to be the brutality of Kevin Owens versus the underdog nature of Sami Zayn, the ultimate underdog. And it just needs to be that David and Goliath match that we got in NXT. It needs to be a repeat of what happened. I would like to see Kevin Owens beat Sami Zayn lifeless to the point that he can't continue. But if that can't be the purpose, I would like a no contest to where they completely take each other out. But I'm not underestimating Sami Zayn at all.
Dalton says, I think KO attacks Sammy before a match, makes match canceled. But if I had to pick one, I say Sammy. Randy Orton returns and give KO an RKO. Okay. And then Lauren says, never underestimate Sammy.
Yeah, that's I am not underestimating Sammy.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. All right, Jolie, what you got in that head of yours?
I kind of want them to go back to their roots. I want Sammy to come out in the El Generico mask. I want Kevin Owens in a Kevin Steen shirt. I want them to go back to their roots of ROH days, of going into school, high school gyms and cafeterias and churches and fighting. I want that type of brutality, that type of match. And it's gonna be fun. And I think that there will be a beatdown to where Kevin, does not unfortunately, because I love both these guys, and they've got such great chemistry, and you know that they love each other very much. And there's nobody that they would trust with this type of match except for with each other. And then, just like Lauren said, Randy comes out and fucking just takes out KO, and we'll get the Randy KO match at Mania. So Lauren read my damn mind.
Wait, hold on a minute, Jolie. I thought El Generico was doing that orphanage. You mean to tell me he's going to show up in Canada? I thought he was running an orphanage.
No, he's going to show up in Canada. He's got a bone to pick with Kevin Steen, and that son bitch, needs his ass whooped from time to time.
Have we ever seen El Generico and Sami Zayn in the same room?
No, we have not.
Okay.
All right, Nessa.
I am all behind Kevin Owens. It's personal for him.
Oh my God.
Hold up. Don't do that.
Tell them why. Tell them why. Tell them why.
Don't do that.
Tell them.
It's personal for Kevin because that's his brother. And he was not.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's fucking lying. She's not saying the real reason. The real reason why she's picking Kevin Owens is because she is a gooner for Kevin Owens.
You can't be a gooner for Kevin Owens and for Dominic Mysterio. You have to pick one.
You gotta pick one, man. Pick one. You gotta pick one. Pick a side. Pick a side. You didn't meet Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble. Who'd you meet?
I met Dominic Mysterio.
You met Aaron Angle, met Dom. I saw the video.
So you gotta pick
one.
All
right, let her talk.
Right. Even if I wasn't gooning over Kevin Owens, he's still right. And with their relationship, he's like, that's his brother. And he didn't feel like he, had his brother on his side. Like if he was more for Sami goes for everyone else and helps everyone else but him. So Kevin's going to beat the living shit out of him. And he's on some stalker mode. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that.
Is she still like that? Is she gonna have a stable?
PIMP.
Oh man.
And Lauren's like, "What, no, Laguna."
That's it. You're catching it from all areas, all directions here today, hon. Oh man. Okay, Kayla. Go ahead.
It's gonna be. They're gonna put a banger. It's gonna be very personal. It's whether someone wins or not. It's gonna continue going because if Sami wins, Kevin is going to want to keep going. If Kevin wins, Sami's gonna try to redeem himself. So and if he comes out, all hell's gonna break loose, and I'm gonna love it because I love me some Randy Orton too. So
right. Okay, so Kayla, I left you for last for a reason because I got a feeling that Kayla's gonna win because I have a certain another person that has not been brought up. I have a certain other person either showing his face or getting involved somehow, and I'm talking about one Mr. Cross.
It's funny that you say that because I was actually sitting there thinking about it. With it being an
chat though.
But with an unsanctioned match, that means anything can go. So let me go ahead and play this clip because it will happen at some point.
TikTok. 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 TikTok.
Let's just say
he's been very vocal. He's been very vocal on the TL too about it. So
yeah, I know he's got hair now, but I don't even think I have a hair. The only one I have of him of hair is when he comes out with Final Testament. He tells the crowd to shut the hell up. But no, I do have Kevin winning this match. But then again, I do kind of agree. I wouldn't, what Dallas said, I would actually wouldn't mind it not having a winner whatsoever. Because I think that would would be cool as well. Only because of the history and what these two have been through. But I have Kevin winning only when Sami thinks he's out of the ballpark. That's when a certain Doomswalker himself, or if he doesn't make the appearance, he will send the Angel of Doom to make the appearance. He has been known to do that, saying, like Sami looks around, he looks up and sees Scarlet, he automatically knows, great. I get done with this dumbass, I got to deal with this dumbass, you know. That's probably what's going to go through his head. So, and you were booking your WrestleMania card, Kat. One that you did not mention, and I would like to see it.
What?
Would be Cross versus Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Just to give that other WrestleMania moment for him, considering he got one last year. They didn't win, but maybe give him another moment, and maybe I can maybe see Sammy putting him Sammy, not Zammy. Wow. I was putting his names together, so I call him Zammy.
Yeah.
But I could actually honestly see in Sammy giving Cross that little pushover, saying, "Hey, here's your moment." But yeah, Kevin is definitely walking out, but I'll be surprised if Cross does not make an appearance or have Scarlett at some point to say, "Hey, don't forget about us." Kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. And then as far as like Randy is concerned, it's like Kevin could be on his way out and everything, and then Randy popped up out of nowhere with an RKO, and that steers the, and that could, of course, there you go. And then, of course, that can steer the direction towards Mania, because it's like, I mean, why is it that the best of friends can make the craziest matches? It's like they make the best of enemies. They put on banger after banger matches. You talk about Kevin and Sammy. You talk about all those times with Sasha and Bailey, and it's just like,
Because they
it's,
trust
yeah, it's like unbelievable.
their limit.
Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Hell, it's like Drew and Sheamus.
No. Ilya and Gunther.
Oh God, I cannot wait for Ilya to get back. Hurry,
Oh, my
Ilya!
Come back, Ilya. We need you. We need you.
If there's going to be a 6-pack for the ladder match for the IC title, I mean, Ilya needs to hurry up and get his ass back to be in it. All right, chamber matches. Let's start with the men's first, because I want to save the women for last. It's because it's our show, and I decide that. I can decide that. All right, so we've got Cena versus Punk versus asshole Paul. I'm sorry, this boy don't need to be in this damn match. He's just gonna end up being a little shit.
Not to cut you off, Kat, but Lady Psycho is on the couch next. Kathy! Okay, sorry. I had to do that.
Okay. All right. So we have Cena versus Punk versus Dipshit versus Seth Rollins versus McIntyre versus Damian Priest. So I'm gonna do this a little. Different. So Jolie, give me a dark horse to win, and then give me your prediction of who is gonna win.
I think Drew is going to win, and the dark horse will be Seth Rollins.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. All right. Nessa.
I want Punk to win. And if it is a dark horse, then I'm going to say McIntyre.
Okay. Kayla.
All right. Jolie and Kat knows how these vibes come.
Oh, motherfucker. Here we go.
I swear to fucking say who I think he's going to say. You're going to get.
I will run.
Go ahead, Kayla. Go ahead. Go ahead. Shit.
The person that is winning this match is CM Punk.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
But I think only because he's going to destroy everybody else with some kind of heat in with everything that's going on in the chamber, because you got Rollins in there, you've got Cena in there. I do believe Logan Paul is going to be the backup, only to set up Cena versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
Is that the gut telling you?
Yeah, but I believe Punk's winning the chamber. I have that winning, but I feel like he's going to be the last one he's going to get pinned and he's going to piss off Cena, or we could get Rollins at WrestleMania 2. So, but yeah, that's how I just see that come. I wouldn't be wrong, but CM Punk is winning it though.
I've heard your powers though. Your magical powers are really wrong.
Well, it's like it doesn't seem like this one has like the full weight of the powers when it comes to backup. So it's like I'll take it for the Punk win. I'll take it for the Punk win.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about it. I was thinking about it logically. I could see it because, obviously what's going to happen between McIntyre and Priest. They're going to do their thing. And then obviously, Paul does have heat with Punk and Rollins. It could be Paul and Rollins at WrestleMania because Logan Paul, or it could. I would like mind Seth Rollins eliminating Logan Paul, but I just getting that feeling that he's Logan. Just the way everything's been building up, he's going to come in and eliminate Cena and Rollins, only to piss them both off. But so, hey,
okay, all right.
Yeah, I could have got that vibe and said Logan Paul was winning the Chamber, but oh no, I would stop watching WrestleMania if he did.
I'd stop watching wrestling as a whole.
Yeah.
So
I want to be talking to you for a bit.
Yeah, because you spoke it into existence. My winner of the Elimination Chamber is without a doubt CM Punk.
Okay.
My dark horse is Drew McIntyre via The Rock.
Oh.
Remember, Drew McIntyre re-signed. The Rock gifted him that sword. McIntyre could be secretly working for The Rock to take out Cody. Just a thought, but I want Punk. But another thing is that maybe Cena could win the Chamber, and then we get obviously the scenario with maybe Cena and The Rock at WrestleMania are working together, a la WrestleMania 17, like someone said. But I just feel like it needs to be Punk and Cody because they've kind of teased it for the last 2 years, and it hasn't really gotten to that point yet. And I just feel Punk at least deserves a WrestleMania main event more than anybody. I would like Logan Paul to be the first one eliminated, but we know it's probably going to be Damian Priest.
Please.
And
I want Logan Paul to be taken out before.
like him walking to the chamber, and then somebody just like bum rush him from the back, and then
like how Edge did Kofi Kingston in the Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
And
So this is all how we feel about Logan Paul right now. Hold up.
Oh my God! They killed Kenny! You bastard!
At the end, I would say thank you, bastards.
I would kidnap Logan Paul and drop him off in Japan and just leave him there.
Actually, no, Egypt. He's now banned from there.
And Italy too, I think. Italy too. I know Italy's on there.
Oh. How about this? Logan Paul's walking to the ring. Roman shows up, takes him out, and then Roman takes his place in the chamber.
I like that better. I like this
go.
so much better.
Yeah. All right. So my dark horse is going to be McIntyre. My dark horse is going to be McIntyre going into my predictions earlier. My personal pick to win, it's either going to be Cena or Punk. I'm leaning more towards Cena though, because I see people online saying like Kayla, you mentioned a minute ago, like Logan Paul versus Cena. That would be a waste of a match for Cena at Mania. His last Mania.
That's a SummerSlam match.
Yeah, that would be a SummerSlam match. But it's like his last Mania match needs to be epic.
Mm-hmm. He can fight Logan on like a random Raw.
That too, yeah. Anyways, yeah. And it's just.
All I was going to say is I just want Cena to say fine speech to Logan Paul, take off his hat, and just eviscerate him for like 3 minutes straight. That's all I want. Please go ahead. I'm sorry for stepping.
You're fine. Oh, man. But Yeah, but Kayla, yeah, it's like yeah, it's like hopefully Logan gets taken out like very, very quickly.
Oh, I do too. But when I feel it, I feel it. I say it. But I'm just going by of how everything is just going. That he's already got under everyone's skin in that chamber, and what's the one way to piss him off even more? Eliminate them. So
That's true.
I mean, that's
Now,
a Rumble.
right now, question of all, like, well, let me lay this down and everything. So let's say Logan actually makes it into the chamber and everything. Do we see Roman showing up somehow to cost Seth after what happened
Yes,
at Rumble?
yes,
Ooh,
yes.
yeah.
Because remember, Ness, I said that that's pretty much what's going to happen.
Yeah, he
It,
did.
it's going to happen because
Their
Roman's got.
feud needs to happen, especially after what he did to him.
Oh yeah, like
That
Seth
double
fucked up.
stomp. He like no.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
over. It's over,
All
Seth. I'm
right.
sorry.
All right. And so finally, the women's elimination chamber. The winner, of course, will get Rhea or Io, depending on what happens with their title match. Why do I have the feeling no matter what's going to happen at the chamber, this is going to end up being a triple threat with Rhea, Io, and whoever wins out of the chamber? That's personally my opinion and everything. All right, but let's see, Nessa. Okay. So for women's elimination chamber. Let's see, we've got Bailey, we've got Alexa Bliss, we've got Roxanne Perez, who has been killing it lately. We've got Liv,
Girl.
who yeah, qualified by DQ.
That was on Rhea. That's her fault.
I know. All right, and then we got Bianca Belair and Naomi. I think that's all six.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So Nessa, same thing. Dark horse and your winner.
My dark horse would definitely be Alexa Bliss.
Okay.
Who I want to win? I want either Bianca or Liv, but I feel like Bianca would be more my go-to.
Okay. All right, Jolie.
Who my dark horse is Bailey, and actually I'm torn between Bailey and Alexa for the dark horse, to be perfectly honest, because I
Okay.
would see that match between Rhea, Alexa, Io, or all three. But
Okay.
unfortunately, I have a feeling that Liv is going to win because Raquel's going to get involved.
I hope you're wrong, but okay. Oh man, I'm so sick of like the whole Rhea and Liv thing and everything. I'm just like, I'm over it. It's like I respect your opinion. I hope you're wrong though. I really hope you're
Oh
wrong.
no, trust me. I hope I'm wrong too. I would rather drink straight bleach than watch Liv go for another title.
All right. So my dark horse. Okay, so my dark horse to win would be actually Roxanne Perez. She's
Mm.
not a full. She's not a full call up
Mine
yet,
too.
and she's like on a high trajectory right now and everything. And this would just be another caveat. I mean, this would just be another notch on her belt before she's even officially on Raw, because technically they're still classifying her under NXT. And then my pick to win, based on that vignette alone, I actually think Alexa might end up winning, because it's like she's got the most chamber experience and everything, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Cass, I think I just took one of yours, so you go ahead.
So I'd say Alexa and Bailey kind of have similar experience because they were both involved in like some of the first chamber matches. And
Okay.
I'll go so far as to say that I'm torn as far as the dark horse between Naomi and Roxanne, because Naomi is more of a dark horse to win than Roxanne is, just because Roxanne has more singles success than Naomi, even though Naomi has won 2 SmackDown Women's Championships and 2 Women's Tag Titles. Roxanne has gone on a dominant run. Naomi hasn't gone on a dominant run. But for my dark horse, I am going to pick Roxanne Perez. For my winner, this is rough, but I gotta pick Bianca, just because we need Bianca and Rhea at WrestleMania. We need that John Cena, Randy Orton prototype again, no pun intended, at WrestleMania. That's your big money match. That's a match that they have been kind of teasing. They teased it after WrestleMania 39. They teased it a little bit at Survivor Series last year.
Yeah.
Like, they faced each other in NXT. They faced each other on Raw. I would like to see Bianca and Rhea, and that's your money match. But Rhea and Io should happen at WrestleMania. I feel like there's a lot of disrespect given to Io right now, and I don't think that she should be given a title match right after Elimination Chamber. It almost like devalues everything that Io has put together. It's just my opinion. I think Rhea and Io should be the match at WrestleMania. But if we can't get that, then Rhea and Bianca is my second choice.
Yeah, that's what I was like thinking. It's like something's gonna happen with the title match on Monday. It's gonna go like no contest, DQ, or everything like that, and then the chamber winner is gonna tie in and everything. And I got a feeling we're gonna end up getting a triple threat at Mania somehow. But that's just me. All right, Kayla, what you got?
As much as I would love Alexa to win this, because I would love for her to have gold again. So how I'm going to go with this, my winner, as much as I don't want it, I have a feeling it is going to be Liv Morgan, only to have Alexa Bliss as the dark horse. So Liv eliminates Alexa, only to trigger the more dark side of her. It's already coming out, but what's the one way to trigger even more to go towards? And the more I thought about it, we've already got, this is going to be a history-making year for women's, and I will say this, hear me out. We've already got our first ever 2-time women's Royal Rumble winner. What to get her back in the title picture? What if we get our first ever 2-time official Money in the Bank women's winner? It'll be Alexa Bliss.
Ooh. We'll have to revisit that in July.
So that's what I'm thinking. Like I said, I hope it's the other way around. Alexa wins and pins Liv to get her out. But that's how I feel like it's going to go. And I could see that. So the only way to trigger Alexa a little bit longer. Dallas and Nessa, I don't know if you know, but we have I have a little it's Chris Statlander, but it's called Chris Stitchlander. It's a yarn doll, and she's like always in a circle debate, and we're always chats. We're always playing with it where she wants to be friends with Lily, and Dom says Stitchy beats Lily in a dark match.
I love these inside jokes, man. The inside jokes are incredible.
Hold on, let me see if I can find her. But Kat, continue. I'll show you Stitchlander if y'all haven't seen her.
Oh, my voodoo doll.
Yeah.
Oh, Judy.
Yeah, Stitch. I've seen some of the comments and everything. Stitch has a personality of her own, and it's incredible. Oh man. Whew.
That
Alexa
Liv, though.
I want to make a quick comment.
It makes sense.
Go ahead, Jolie.
I want to make a quick because you talk about Alexa turning dark, especially if like Liv takes her out. Then I feel that Sister Abigail, aka Nikki, is going to show up and take out Liv.
Ooh.
Which leads back to Cash's whole, the Wyatt Six will come for Judgment Day.
Why y'all keep bringing them
Ooh. Ooh.
No, but it makes sense though, just because Liv did eliminate Alexa at Rumble. So if we're gonna continue on, either Liv eliminates her at Chamber or they go back and forth. So just
That's interesting.
don't do
I'm just gonna say this. Liv is a fan of horror, and this is a great way to introduce the horror element with Alexa. And I'm just gonna tell you, Liv is not gonna survive. Once Nikki Cross starts crawling across her on her feet, crab walking, it's over. It's over.
Jolie, Lauren approved your message. That's my Jolie. But yeah, it's like that would be a great. I mean, that would actually be a great way to kind of like. I mean, because everyone sees like Alexa like steering towards like the White Six and everything like that. That would be kind of like a great way to kind of incorporate her into all that and everything. Because it's like Alexa and Nikki, they went on a tear back in the days and stuff.
Dude, how did you find us? You're always in the SmackDown watch along and the other. Why?
What the hell?
I don't even know who that is. He just randomly pops up over on Circle Debate. And it's just like, okay, I know you're not the real one, but just go on somewhere. How did you find me over here?
It's the Death Rider himself.
Right?
Nessa and Dell. There you go. Meet Chris Stitchlander.
Oh, that is adorable.
Cute.
She's got a personality of her own.
I'm gonna have to find. I have this voodoo doll I got in New Orleans, and I call her. Her name is Judy.
You got a what?
A triple threat. Yeah.
You got a voodoo doll in New Orleans.
I got a voodoo doll in New Orleans, and her name.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you do that? Are you fucking?
A lot of luck.
Are you fucking insane?
Cash, did you not see the Eagles fan with the Patrick Mahomes voodoo doll? She was stabbing the shit out of it.
Yeah, I know, but I literally do not go to New Orleans. There's a certain part of New Orleans where voodoo is life down there, and for you to get that fucking voodoo, nah. Was that voodoo doll next to this bracelet you made for me?
No. But I have nothing but charm and all that here. We have all the good luck, good vibes stuff.
Shit's about to hit the fan.
I'll show you Judy later, Dallas. I'll show you Judy.
Did I tell you the one movie that I cannot sit through? I can watch any horror movie ever created. But obviously my favorite horror movie of all time is The Exorcist. But there's one movie that I cannot sit through, and that's The Serpent and the Rainbow by Wes Craven.
Ted said hi, and he changed his profile picture to Ted.
Nah, man. When it comes to voodoo, I believe in that because I've seen it happen. I want nothing. If you are a Southern woman and you make spaghetti, I am not eating it. I do not give a fuck.
I'll keep that in mind if we ever meet.
No spaghetti. I got it.
No spaghetti. Got it.
Everybody knows about that. If you don't, do your research.
That's how long was the drive for you?
I think it was like a 10-hour drive. When I lived in Austin, we went, and I think it was about 11-hour drive.
Okay. Yeah, because it's like, I think it's like 5 from Houston, and then like Austin's like an additional 3, and then plus it's like resting times and stuff like that too. Yeah. So yeah, that makes sense.
Why are you looking at me like that?
He looked at me like you lost your damn mind.
He always looks at me like that. I stress him out a little.
I mean, it's like we're Texas women. We're very unpredictable sometimes, and you don't want to fuck with us.
No shit.
Girl, and I'm from the West Coast, and I mix it all together. West Coast with Southern twang.
All right. Yeah, this has been so much fun and everything. So while we start wrapping this up, so Cash took off. What the fuck?
He's
there he is. Okay.
Cash is
Well,
praying to his God right now because he's making sure he's got stuff to bless shit because that damn voodoo doll.
Yeah, nah. Soon as you say voodoo, that's gonna make me shut the fuck up. I could be I could be winning an argument. As soon as you say I know voodoo or I have a voodoo doll, I'm done. You win. You got it. I'm out.
white flag. All right. Well, all right. So, Cash, Nessa, tell everybody where they can find you on socials.
You can find me at King Dallas Cash on Twitter. The Humble Roses Pod on Instagram and TikTok. On Facebook, it's Dallas Cash. It is not voodoo approved. So make sure that when you follow me, if you are from New Orleans and you practice voodoo, I have no problem with the New Orleans Saints. I have no problem with the Pelicans. I do not do voodoo.
That smoke. He ain't want that.
I do black magic is not for me. I am black and I know magic, but not black magic. So for any inquiries, please hit me up at thehumblerosespod@gmail.com, or you can catch me on Twitter. That's where I'm on mostly.
All right.
You can find me on X and Instagram at lamadrina_XOXO. You catch us every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Well, actually 7:30 now, p.m. Eastern. Kind of just going over there. Humble Roses, IG, and TikTok.
Okay. Drew B is this reason why I'm a Saints fan. Okay, Joel.
I mean, this is stress face.
Damn, Cash. Dalton, I'm in Houston. I hate the Cowgirls. Diehard Texans fan and everything too. So, all right.
I live in Dallas, and I'm a Miami Dolphins fan.
Hey.
I live in Ohio. I'm a Ravens fan. Not too bad.
Not too bad. Oh, man, this was a lot of fun. First of all, Nessa, Cash, thank you so much for coming on. This has been an absolute blast, and it's like whenever we get ready to do Mania stuff, we got to bring you back on.
Definitely.
All right. So, yeah. Wait, you live in Dallas? Oh, Nessa.
Yes, I do.
I don't. I'm just named Dallas. And unfortunately, I was born in Jacksonville, Florida, so there's that.
Whoa.
I'm from the West Coast. I'm from Cali, so we've Cali to Texas connection.
All right. Hold on. I gotta ask. How did you end up in Texas then? If you from the West?
So I have family in Austin, and we just kind of moved out here for, better opportunity, better jobs. Then ended up in Dallas.
I'm a Florida man, but I just ended up here.
All right. So, oh my gosh, what a show. Next week we'll be back. Next time we'll be back to our regular audio podcast and try to stream again in the future. So, Kayla, as we sign off from our 5-year anniversary, any final thoughts?
Other than, thank you for everyone that's been on this journey with us for the past 5 years. We wouldn't have done it without you that's tuned in, our fans, our listeners, our, wonderful guests such as Nessa and Dallas for joining us. It's just an honor, when we get wrestlers on here, other podcasts that you can, talk and just talk shit with. That's what makes it great. And then obviously I have two of the greatest co-hosts as well, Jolie and Kat. Now that I've done it for 5 years, I could never ever want anybody else as my host, because we've been through a lot together. And so thank you everyone that has tuned in these past 5 years with us. And Lauren says 10 more years. And Dom said this was a blast. Congratulations again on 5 years. Here's to many more. Yes, and like I said, it's
congratulations.
Yes, congrats.
And it's just been a blast. And like we said, fuck those haters that said we couldn't make it.
Yep.
And we did it. And you know, I wouldn't have done it even better. So as much as COVID screwed us all, but look what happened. It created a great podcast. So
tell them die slow.
They can sit and rotate.
Very,
there we go.
very, yeah. And it's like something big's got to happen in Atlanta so the three of us can get together. We've determined that the meeting spot's going to be Atlanta. It's just like we got to wait for something big to go down there to
If
get us all
everything works out, my plan is to be at WrestleMania next year in New Orleans.
Us too.
Well, so
Okay.
there we go.
Who is us?
You said you're going. You're going. I'm dragging you.
I'm going home. I'm going to my house. When I said I'm going to WrestleMania, I'm going to WrestleMania as a spectator from the comfortability of my own home.
I'm dragging.
I am not going to fucking New Orleans, especially since you got that fucking doll down there. No.
I will go to Ohio and drag you and Christy with me to New Orleans.
We are not going. We are not going. Voodoo? No. No.
That's how you got a little over a year to change his mind.
I do.
All right, Chester, final thoughts, ma'am.
It's definitely been one hell of a ride. I have been working my ass off editing all these, so I'm actually happy that all Kayla has to do is upload. And you know, here's to many more rants, especially about Tony Khan, because he's an idiot. And just doing what we do best. Talking shit, talking wrestling, and even branching out into pop culture and shit.
Right.
I don't know the next event I'm going to go to. Right now, my goal is New York Comic Con in the fall to meet the cast of Critical Role because I am that type of nerd. I love Dungeons and Dragons, so I want to head out. I just love that shit. I can't wait to go back to a con. And
me too.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to Mania season and you know, just taking this podcast one year at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Who knows? It's like one day at Mania, you'll see the three of us together. You'll see the three of us together causing all kinds of chaos.
I was just about to say pure chaos.
Right? Oh my God. I never would have imagined back in 05 when I got into wrestling how far it would take me, and the fact that I now have a podcast that's been on for 5 years with these two wonderful women has been unbelievable. Ethan Cash, nice to meet y'all. Okay.
Yes.
And so, yeah, and so we've met like a lot of incredible people. We've branched out so far, and I just can't wait to see what happens next. And so, happy 5-year anniversary, ladies, and here's to many more.
Happy anniversary.
Cheers. And with that, that's all we have for this episode of Queen's Takeover. Thank you so much for joining us, and tune in next time as the takeover continues. Y'all have a good one.
The wrong bottom. I'm so sorry! Bitch.
Throw everybody back up. What?